It's where you go to bike, hike, and stroll miles of pathways over more than 7,000 acres of parkland. A place to go explore rivers and fish their bountiful waters. Natural places to go marvel at magnificent wildlife while you play outdoors and go wander charming communities. Find all this and more at Destination Downriver. Give it a go.
Today's podcast is presented by MarketInsights.us, with the podcast on YouTube produced by the City of Taylor's Media Center.
Thank you to our team sponsor, Allegra, Marketing, Print, and Design. Let Allegra assist you with your print, mail, design, and signs. Located in Wyandotte, Michigan, or call 734-284-5330.
Hello, I'm Karl Ziomek, and this is Destination Downriver. Since 1967, SMART has been Southeast Michigan's regional public transportation provider. It offers convenient, reliable, and safe transportation. Public transportation is a critical backbone for any city or region. It functions as an investment that transforms communities by improving economic mobility. SMART is poised to become an even bigger factor in our region's future. This will be driven by accessibility needs thanks to emerging economic opportunities across the region. Downriver communities are leveraging numerous logistical and distribution assets that in turn will position SMART to assume an even larger role in the future. Plans are underway to platform the area's huge transportation infrastructure using greenfield expansion zones along Eureka and E-course roads around cities like Taylor, Romulus, Southgate, and Allen Park. These areas of development-ready land are poised to generate significant job growth that will rely on SMART to better connect residents from the broader Detroit region so that we can optimize these growth opportunities. So today on Destination Downriver, we're going to talk SMART with Paul Johnson III of SMART's Community Affairs Division. He'll be with us in a moment. Okay, we're back with Paul Johnson, who is part of SMART. Paul, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's great to see you guys are doing some tremendous jobs. Tell us how you got from, you started job in Detroit, correct? Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I worked under Mayor Duggan. Mm-hmm. So that role was a response to the pandemic. We had many people that just were short on bills, mm-hmm. education. So the mayor wanted to kind of build a wraparound service for citizens to kind of get out of that cycle of poverty. Mm-hmm. So we were addressed as far as folks that needed car repairs if it had to help them get to work. Mm-hmm. Kind of put them in different workforce programs to kind of help them mm-hmm. kind of address some of those cycles of poverty as far as dealing with education, groceries, food insecurity, mm-hmm. internet displacement. So kind of addressing all those root causes. So mm-hmm. initially I was a lead case manager, mm-hmm. and I kind of was promoted to a program manager mm-hmm. where I had a team of 12 social workers. Okay. And just really being empathetic to people, that was great. But social work is a burnout, and previously I had did that before, and I was already kind of weaning as far as my desire to really have that empathy. Mm-hmm. Previously, I worked with Disability Network, and I was community engagement. I loved that as far as engaging legislators, community members, sure. educating people as far as with disabilities. Mm-hmm. So that was just how I got to that point. Right. As far as when I saw the job for SMART, mm-hmm. I said, wow, I can do this job. It allows me, again, to educate, mm-hmm. Talk about transit, because when you talk about transit, mm-hmm. it's an economic catalyst. When you think about it, you have to have customers to be able to get to your downtown areas, your mm-hmm. parks, as far as heritage parks in Taylor, mm-hmm. Or going to a job or a hospital like Wyandotte Hospital or mm-hmm. any other schools. People need to be moving, and fortunately, not everybody can afford car insurance. So mm-hmm. that affordability of $2 to get you to where you need to go, that mm-hmm. helps people in their pocketbook. So sure. affordability. Also employers. Employers want to make sure that first that they have a location that it's on the bus line, so the employees could get to work. So,
What's your take on Detroit specifically, but even Greater Michigan? The way it was developed, it was really developed for cars. Okay, significant lack of mass transit unless you're really talking about bus lines. Okay, and traditionally there actually has been bus lines, but what's your take on that? Because so many other areas of the country are booming, being able to get people from point A to point B via a number of ways, especially track, okay, versus bus lines.
well, I think as far as mindset, I think many years in the 20s and 30s, we had an opportunity to build a subway. We did not. And the 50s, 60s, we had our streetcars, which were really good in the city of Detroit, and actually kind of went somewhere into Dearborn and also Mount Clemens. You have other cities such as LA, New York, Chicago. They coexist as far as with motors, vehicles, and public transportation, because again, it allows for less parking congestion downtown. So what are my things as far as Detroit? I think Detroit is moving in the right direction. And it's just more than Detroit. We're a connected region. If I'm in Dearborn and I could take a fast route down to Detroit to go see a Tigers game, that helps economically as far as a family's pocketbook. Because would you rather pay $75 for parking or $10 to take your family down to a baseball game or football game?
And it is amazing how much they're charging for parking these days. I mean, you go to any event and it is probably $30 at the minimum. And many times when you're talking about it, you're getting into that $50, $60, $70 range, which is kind of out of sight.
It is. This was a pocketbook issue. I was in California. I went to see the Rams and Detroit play. They had what is called the Metro Subway line. $2 got me to the game and back. I mean, so when you look at it, it saves public transit. It saves people in the pocketbook. So recently, we have a great new CEO, Tiffany Gunther. She's meeting with Mary Sheffield. She's meeting with the mayors of Western Wayne, meeting with the Downriver community conferences, as far as having that education. So I think now we are at a really important time when we should have a unified public transit service.
Now, when you were telling me when we were off camera that you represented a bunch of Downriver communities specifically. How is SMART partnering with the Downriver communities and administrators to facilitate and take full advantage of? Because there's no doubt that Downriver is growing. Okay, the airport. There are certain corridors of the community that they're just ripe for growth and they're ripe for jobs. And the kicker is, it's your job to get those people from their home to that job and back. So how are you facilitating that? What kind it's not the easiest job in the world.
You know how the beauty of SMART is more than just me. We have beautiful operators. We do public meetings. What we have done over the last 2 to 3 years is what is called Smarter Mobility. And that is where we've kind of met in the community as far as listening to the public, as far as what do the public want, what do leaders want. So you talk about Downriver, you have Romulus, which is considered Downriver. We're going to have a new pilot program with Flex, which is our similar like Uber and Lyft. We have a late night shift. So you have a lot of airport riders, workers who need to get home. So having that access to transportation will economically just help the region. Also, if you have that late night area, you have people that go to bars. It kind of also helps as far as preventing drunk driving. If you're at a bar, you can get to your hotel. So just being responsive to the community. Also, I know we're going to kind of touch base a little bit more. We're expanding our flex services, which is going to hit Wyandotte, which is going to hit more of Taylor, more of that Trenton area. So if maybe you want to go to Wildlife Refuge, that's in that area. So now it gives an opportunity for more riders to go to leisure services. It could be even, right now we still have Heritage Park, which is right down the street. You can take the Lyft and not the Lyft, the Flex, which is like Uber and Lyft, for $2 minimum, and you can go to the park, or it can connect you to the nearest route. So,
Can you explain for our listeners and watchers who might not understand the level of services that SMART offers? Can you explain those levels when you're talking about basic SMART, and then when you're talking about Flex and things like that? Can you explain the different ones?
So you have 3 routes of transportation. You have our FITS routes, which is our regular, hey, I'm on Telegraph. We have our fast route, Fort Street. So that's really where it kind of scheduled. Then you have our paratransit services, where you have seniors. So you have a lot of seniors and people with disabilities. They may not be able to get to walk over to the bus stop. So that's where we'll come right to your door and take you to a doctor's appointment, take you to the movies, the bank. And you want to know how that helps a lot of families in the community? So if I'm an employer, and I know if I'm an employee, and I know that my loved one can get to their doctor's appointment, and I don't have to take that time off, that helps the employee, that helps the employer, as far as that kind of, and that helps like the doctor's office as far as to make sure that their patient can get there safely. So that's the second one. And then you have Flex. Flex is right now in 5 zones. And you can, so let's say right now it's in the Dearborn zone. And so you can only use that zone, you can only use it in that zone. So Dearborn, you can go to Dearborn to Taylor, and it's from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday, 7 days a week. And we also have a phone number if you need to call for assistance. And it's really helpful. It's same day. It's wheelchair accessible, which is really important as far as, it's a game changer as far as another avenue for people to get to point A to point B. Maybe you go to, you have to go to a food pantry nearby. Fish and Load Food Pantry. I went there about a year ago and told them about the services. And 1 year later said, hey, Stephanie Mednici is the executive director. She was telling me, hey, we have customers that are now able to use the Flex services. So again, that's another way of affordability. So those are 3 ways, because a lot of communities, some communities, they don't want the big bus, or nor should it be a big bus, but more micro-transit services is a better opportunity for certain cities, because it's not always a one-size fit for all communities.
In a perfect world, would you have Flex in every community?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That would be great. Obviously, this is beyond my pay grade, but affordability. It's always about affordability and cost. And we can provide the services, but it has to fit in the budget of what we can provide.
Looking ahead, okay, in the future, and I'm probably asking you something that might be, again, over your pay level or whatever. But in the future, all right, we've got these given levels, okay. What's the next level? Is there something out there that's being discussed? I know so much drone discussion, things like that. I know that, for a lot of people that's like talking about the Jetsons, okay? But are there possibilities out there that that a lot of people aren't even thinking about right now?
Well, the possibility for Wayne County, which is going to be led by Warren Evans and Assad Turfy. You're going to have a vote in August as far as to make sure that we have a fully utilized Wayne County. Right now we have underserved communities that do not have transit. So we want to, SMART is the provider. The people being voters, they're going to make the decision as far as should we have transit in all of Wayne County. That means that we will have a connected Wayne County, which will be amazing. So SMART's job, when it does happen, we roll it out, will be to educate. We can only educate, can't tell you how to vote, but educate is first the value proposition of SMART.
I'm assuming that vote will come down to a buy-in per community. If I'm living, let's just throw a name out there, like if I'm living in Birmingham and I don't maybe see the worth in SMART that you might see in Taylor, where we're at right now, certainly different levels of service there, and certainly different socioeconomics play into it.
So if you
go
look
ahead.
on our website, we just recently spoke to the Council of Western Wayne mayors and community members. We have our new Vice President of Planning, Jordan Von Zinden. He kind of wrapped up as far as, hey, so part of the smarter mobility, you have cities, counties like Van Buren. You have the possibility of having flex services into those smaller rural communities. So that could be a value proposition. As far as like a city like, say, it's Birmingham, which is in Oakland County. A few years ago, Oakland County became fully opted in. So they have a unified service.
All right.
So Wayne County is the only city that's not fully utilized with transit services.
Okay. All
So
right.
those are things that we'll definitely be sharing more in the future. We'll have a lot of education, but I think it's important economically. 'Cause economically, if I'm in a city such as Canton, I want to be able to get to Detroit. So you want to be able to have those linkages of services, so transit services.
When you're talking about that upcoming vote, what is the cost going to be involved when it comes? Is there going to be a
That's still
straight
come-
cost across?
That's still going to come out.
Okay.
As far as we're been meeting with the county, so that's going to be more education to follow. One of the things I would encourage you to do, any of the listeners or people that are viewing the actual podcast, please look at our website. Smart Moves Us. Please, if you see us in the community, because we do a lot of tabling,
Sure.
come to us, ask us questions, because we'll definitely have different outreach events.
Is there, when it comes to, there's a lot of discussion of specialized services for people with disabilities.
Yes.
What are you guys doing around that factor?
Oh, yes. So we partner with various communities within Downriver. So our biggest one would be the Downriver Community Conference with Jim Perry. So they're the what we would do is provide transit vehicles, and they're able to kind of help many people in their communities get to point A to point B. Then we also have, again, our paratransit, which is in addition helps people with disabilities as far as get to point A to point B. Because you have a lot of seniors, when you're older, you want to have access to the same type of services. And not everybody can drive. Maybe you have a mom or dad that might need to give up their keys. But you want to make sure that they can have that same quality of life. So working with Downriver Community Conference, working with Romulus, they have, so every city we have a partnership with. And that helps as far as advanced transit, provides that access to services. So we meet regularly with us for specialized services. We have yearly meetings. We actually just had one. And I find it exciting because you're able to listen to the providers, because the value of SMART, we're only good because we listen to our customers, whether it's the civic side as far as our civic partners in city or our customers. So that's how with specialized services.
Do you feel like you get a lot of honest feedback out of administrators, out of city officials, things like that, or do they, or is it just lip service?
No. I'll give you an example. I was at our partnership. SMART has great partnership. We have partnership with the Southern Wayne Chamber, Ron Hendricks and Kate Perry. So I was at the meeting last Monday, and the mayor of Romulus, Mayor Waite, he came up to me, hey, Paul, really have a question, we need help with our shelters. Can you have, we really need that to be fixed. So what I did, I sent the email, connected email to our planning department, and we're able to kind of get that resolved. So we get feedback. I get feedback from riders as far as, hey, we missed the bus, or I was passed up. So I addressed that immediately. One of the things that our public kind of has shared riders, on-time performance. So one of the things that our CEO, Tiffany Gunther, but our whole team is being on time. Do you want to be, Tiffany Gunther has this great line, but it's true. Would you want a friend that will get you to your job 60% of the time or 100% of the time? I think you want more like 100% of the time, because you need that reliability. So that's that value proposition that, hey, and so it's more than just me. Our bus operators. Bus operators are our first ambassadors. So they are meeting our riders to allow them, hey, where are you going to go? And when you think about it, sometimes a bus operator, they can't use their phone. They have to be on and driving. So it's like that. But they're also a counselor to some of the riders. They're kind of helping them as far as direction. So just that assistance is really helpful.
Are there any new waves of technology that are going to be employed actually within your within your vehicles per se?
So do you like reading a book or how about podcasts?
Sure. Either.
Fantasy football.
Sure.
So now on our fast routes, you can use Wi-Fi. So now I can listen to my podcast. I can see, oh man, I need to put JMO in for my fantasy football. So it gives people access, students who might need to do work going to Wayne Community College or the Dearborn campus for University of Michigan. It gives you that access. And you would be surprised as far as a lot of riders, maybe they don't have phone services. So then they can at least maybe make a call on their Wi-Fi. So just having that, it makes Smart more of a home operation. Speaking of technology, also we have a new Smart mascot. His name is Smarty. So he's computer animated. So we want to make it fun for kids. We want to make it, hey, that Smart is for everybody, because public transit is.
It's a great way to attract attention to whatever you have going, there's no doubt. Now, to stay in tune with Smart, to stay in tune with voting correctly and things like that on upcoming issues, where's the best place to get information?
smartmovesus.org.
Okay.
And please just look at our website. We have our Facebook. We have our Instagram. We have our LinkedIn. We have and we also have our podcast also. It's called Smartcast. Smartcast. And that's another way where we're kind of interviewing internal internal members, but also people from the community. What we're doing just recently is a joint podcast between Smart and DWIN, Detroit Wayne Integrated Mental Health.
Very good.
Just say DWIN. And it's a 3-part series as far as public transit and mental health. So we have Chief James White, who is now the executive director, and we also have our CEO, Tiffany Gunther, but also another person that's dynamic is Danny White.
Oh,
and he is fantastic. So just having those forms of communication. Also tabling. We have a great tabling service as far as giving giveaways, and because you got to be around the people.
Absolutely, and that's the only way you're going to get feedback, right?
Another way that we're kind of successful, we have a great relationship with our chambers, because again, it's more than just me. Economically, we want to be able to have our chambers have the right information to talk to business owners, because you want to make sure that you're responsive to businesses. So
absolutely. Absolutely. Now, what does the future hold for you? You've gone from Detroit. You're now with Smart. You got your eyes out there on anything else, or are you just going to stay? You're going to stay the course with Smart for a while.
I'm here with Smart. Like transit, things can always. There's always opportunities out here, but I'm in a fantastic job. Obviously, in 2026, people don't stay anywhere forever sometime, but this Smart's a home. But you also have to learn how to pivot, have to learn how to keep yourself enhanced as far as your abilities.
Well, it sounds like you've done that, Paul.
I do. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for coming, and we really enjoy having you on the podcast, and we'll have to have you back here again in, say, 6 months or a year, and you can tell us how some of these things progressed.
Thank you so much.
All right, very good. Smart serves as a critical lifeline by providing essential connectivity, stability, and modernized transit solutions. They're working closely with Downriver municipalities to tailor transit needs for each community. Thanks to Paul Johnson for joining us today. From what we've heard, Smart will be playing an increasing role in Downriver's future.
Thank you to our team sponsor, Allegra, Marketing, Print, and Design.
with a special thanks to our production partners here at the new Taylor Media Center. Thanks for listening and watching. Please visit our website, destinationdownriver.com, or our Facebook page, and be sure to join us for next month's podcast.